Welcome to Naija Football Talk. Today is a very, 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 very different day because we are not going to be doing any kind of analysis. It's going to be strictly, purely banter. I mean, you guys like to watch us express our opinions. Sometimes you give us stick for it in the comment sections, which we appreciate. At least you're watching our videos. Thank you so much. But this time around, you're going to get to know us, the guys behind Naija Football Talk. And as usual, I have Kolade and Bolu with me, looking all good, ready to cruise, ready to vibe, ready to share our love of football and, some insight into our personalities with you guys. My name is Chima, and when we come back from this short break, we'll be getting straight into it. Stay with us. Welcome back. My name is Chima, and as usual, I have Bolu and Kolade with me, looking all dapper, getting ready to, share some nice insights into their personal histories as football fans. I'm very happy and very excited because today we're going to expose why some people decided to enter into suffering. Bolu, how you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Nice one. It's good to have you on the show. Kolade, what's up?
Good. Unbeaten in the Premier League.
Unbeaten in the Premier League.
Cruising.
That's why you're looking like $2 million. Eh?
Now so.
All right, so we're doing something different from what we usually do. Normally, we would come out here and start saying, Arsenal is going to beat Man City. Arsenal is going to win Man City 2-1. I'll be waiting to talk that. But today, now you're just going to tell us some things about yourself. We're going to share stuff with our audience. So let's start. Let's start with you, Kolade. Let's talk about your earliest football memory.
Earliest football memory. Oof. It definitely has to be with Nigeria.
With Nigeria,
it definitely has to be with Nigeria.
I think almost all of us can relate.
I come from a very football-loving family, so definitely it has to be with Nigeria. I can't remember which match exactly, but it was definitely Nigeria at the World Cup.
Nigeria
at the World Cup.
Which of the World Cups?
Has to be when I was like actively involved. It has to be. Probably 2002. 2002,
yeah. I think we have the generation that really watched Nigeria at the 2002 World Cup. But because of our love for football, some things took us back to that time. My earliest memory of Nigeria too was also 2002 World Cup. But I think my own earliest memory of football generally was the Serie A that they used to show on NTA that year. That was my earliest football memory. Those Serie A matches that we used to watch.
That was good.
Man. Those days were just beautiful. Like having to steal time, growing up in a typical Nigerian home now, where literally all kids at that time were given TV times and all of that. Yeah. Having to steal time away to go and watch Serie A matches and everything. It was really, really interesting for me. What about you, Bolu?
Well, my earliest football memory would have to be, unfortunately, I didn't grow up as a football lover. I didn't grow up in a football loving family either. I had to fall in love with football by myself, and then I infected the rest of my family. So now most members of my family like football, but I didn't meet parents or brothers who liked football. Yeah. So my individual first memory was the 2006 World Cup. The final, to be specific, was what really stuck with me then, because the Zidane headbutts, the whole controversy after the game. It was like for the whole week after that game, people kept talking about it. So yeah, that was a memory that really stuck with me, and it was pretty difficult for me then, not really understanding football because I didn't have parents or siblings who watched it. So I watched the game. I watched the game. I saw what happened. But I didn't really have that insight from a football person who could really explain, who could really explain who Zidane was. Because I knew he was a great player. I knew, but I didn't really, as a child, not really understand what was going on. So I think that was one of my first real memories of football. This is going on. This sport is actually nice.
Yeah, there's another fun memory I have of football anyway. 2002, Nigeria did not go for 2006 World Cup, unfortunately. But the 2010 World Cup, I really don't think there's any football loving fan in Nigeria that has gotten over that particular incident. We're not going to say it anyway, but everybody knows that incident we're talking about. I remember vividly, Nigeria was playing and I was in school. The whole school literally shut down so that we could all go and watch Nigeria's match. I remember being in the staff room with like 300 billion other students. And in one of the staff rooms anyway, with like a lot of students and a few teachers. And I know how the whole school unanimously shouted when that thing happened. It was mad.
Just mention his name.
Just mention.
It was mad.
Why are you saying that thing?
No, I'm trying.
No.
I'm trying to. The thing is, Yakubu is one of Nigeria's greatest strikers.
100 Premier League goals is not beans.
It's not beans. The thing is, I'm trying to give him that respect because the truth is that, as a Nigerian fan, if we bring up that issue, I think it's going to open a can of worms that everybody has tried to close up. That's why I'm trying to, be, should I say, politically correct? But that memory is stuck for the rest of my life, man. It was pretty interesting seeing, even school had to be paused just for that particular match.
That's how much Nigeria we love football.
That's how much we love football in this part of the world. So let's talk about, football dreams, if you had any. I know when I was growing up, when I started watching football, when I started playing the sport, I thought I was going to, find myself. I thought I was going to be on TV like the guys that we currently sit and analyze and banter.
Your dream was to be the Kai Havertz.
Oh no! I was
the lucky guy who made it.
Funnily enough, I always looked up to Ike Shorum.
Chima is actually a goalkeeper.
I wanted to be a goalkeeper. I wanted to be a goalkeeper. Ike Shorum was the first person who really picked my love because till date, Kolade knows me. I played in goal when I played for my school team, and right from time, my fascination with being able to defy gravity, to pluck balls out of the air, it's childlike, almost childlike for me. I would rather I would rather go on YouTube to watch goalkeeper save compilations than dribbles. That's how much I love the position. And I go play ball now as they wipe me one kind bastard. I go follow the Boadubo play.
Worst decision you can make as a child.
They wipe me one kind shot where we say, you know what, I can't do this no more, please. I'm the only son of my family. So, did you have such football dreams?
Yeah, I did actually. My footballing hero. I was inspired by Didier Drogba massively. I saw him as, wow, an African hero. I used to see him as Superman. Then he was Black Superman to me. Like, wow, this guy would control the ball on his chest, bully 3 defenders, shoot from 40 yards.
That is legendary chest control.
It was to be honest, people who know me when I was younger, I never had the talent to play football. I was very poor footballer. Even when I'm a very poor footballer. But I always wished I could be like Drogba. I was just inspired by how someone could come from Africa, from West Africa, like myself, and just get to that level and be at that level and just make his name. And it really inspired me.
What about you, Kolade?
Football dreams. I never really had football dreams, but there were players I shared similarities with because I was always very fast. I was actually very sporty right from the onset, and because I was
James.
not that. So because I was very fast at the time, I could see myself being like a Theo Walcott at the time because he was a young teenage sensation, and it was just amazing to see a young player making the ranks at Arsenal, making the ranks for England as well. It was, in fact, everybody saw him as the next big thing in English football. But I mean, we know how that turned out anyway.
Go to school.
I saw myself as Theo Walcott because I was very fast and I played on the flanks as well.
Interesting. So how did you now? Okay, since how did you start supporting Arsenal now? Because you mentioned Theo Walcott.
It was a bit of actually my family did have something to play, a role to play in that because my dad actually is an Arsenal fan. But I think the major reason was the Kano heritage. Yeah, it was the Kano heritage as a Nigerian and seeing, Kano, playing for such a massive team in England and what he did against. We all remember what he did against.
Can you believe
Bolu's
it?
Chelsea, the hat-trick. Can you believe it? One of the most iconic Premier League moments. So it just stuck in right from there, from the very onset. So, yeah.
What about you? How did you start supporting Chelsea? I mean,
glory hunter now. Which other reason? He was searching for glory and he just found Chelsea.
Well, like I said earlier, I didn't grow up watching or playing football much. So it was more when I was a teenager, when I was between when I was trying to become almost a teenager, that was when I really started watching and liking the sport. So yeah, Drogba again. I saw Drogba score a diving header. You know how Drogba's diving headers were? It was a special. I think it was against Fenerbahce, to be honest, in the Champions League. I saw Drogba score a diving header, and I'm like, how did he, why would somebody sacrifice himself and slide on the floor just to score a goal? And he got me hooked since then.
Interesting. Anyway, my story is
What story?
You call him a glory hunter. I don't know whether I probably am the one who fits into the bill this time around, because like I said, my earliest memory of football came from the Serie A games that we used to watch on NTA back then. I was in love with Inter Milan, Adriano, all of them. Eto'o, Eto'o even came later,
okay.
But I was in love with that set of players. And then along the line, I started seeing AC Milan. Okay, these guys are looking nice. They are looking good.
Inter to AC Milan.
My brother, I shall the watch ball. I don't really know. I don't really know what they happen. I shall the watch ball. And then Ronaldinho signed for Barcelona. Big deal. Okay, who is this guy? Interesting. I didn't watch his first match. I think I started following Barcelona in his second season. That was around 2003, 2002, 3 or so. Started following him. Started seeing all those, his flair, step overs, everything. Wow, interesting. Nice one. Beautiful football. And then I started seeing some goals. I'm like, okay, all right. And then I now finally settled on Barcelona when we stole the Champions League from Arsenal.
And since then, they've not been there again. Wow, what a story.
I mean, I finally settled.
They were here 17 years later.
17 years later, Arsenal are not there. Do you get? I mean,
still not there.
It's beautiful.
It's great.
Wow. What a club, man.
It's beautiful. And at some point, I considered switching sides as well, even though I started supporting
you still have a Barcelona jersey. You have an Atletico jersey right now.
You also have an Ajax jersey.
You also have Ajax jersey. You have PSG.
With me, with
you
me.
have PSG. Inter Miami
you
too.
cannot
really.
I love football.
What are you
For you to
saying?
have moved
is
from
nice.
Inter Milan to AC Milan as a young lad, we already know. We know
personally,
what you are.
We know your kind. Don't worry.
We know what you are. Don't
the
worry.
jersey is nice. I buy it. I'm sorry. You can kill me in the comment section. But if the jersey is nice, I cop one for myself. But I considered switching at some point. But the point where I knew nothing can take me away from Barcelona was when Bayern thrashed us 8-2. That was when I knew, at this point, nothing can take me away from Barcelona. Did you ever have that?
Did that moment break you?
It broke me. I don't think there's a Barcelona fan who is invested in the club that will tell you that moment did not affect them for a while. It's the honest truth. Anyone who tells you that is lying. Naija said they watch back a ball. Did you ever feel like that for Chelsea?
To be honest, it was very recent. It was as recent as last December, the final game before the 2022 World Cup. Chelsea were playing Newcastle away. We had the front three of Broya, Mason Mount, and Gallagher. that game was so frustrating. I tell you, the game was I remember at a point, the moment that really broke me was a moment when in the 88th minute, 10 minutes to go, we're already losing the game 1-0. That's the moment when you know that, okay, 10 minutes to go. As a fan, we're looking for a goal. You need to, the tension will be there. And at that moment, I was looking for an escape. I literally stepped out of the room I was watching the game just to go outside, receive some fresh air and stretch. Because the suffering was too much. Because it was when I was stretching, I'm like, why am I stretching? Am I about to jog or walk out? Why am I stretching? I'm stretching because the match I'm watching is so stressful.
Tension.
It was just such a stressful watch. I knew we wouldn't score, but then that moment broke me. I'm like, nah, this was my lowest. There were the Mourinho years, the year Mourinho almost got us relegated, finished 10th and all that. But that moment against Newcastle really like it really stayed with me like wow, this is very bad.
Wow. Did you ever have something like that for Arsenal? I mean,
Man,
there are several.
There are several.
Let me-
Bayern? Is it the Bayern
There are
years?
I mean,
Is
is
it the Man U
Barcelona
8-2?
years?
Is it the Man U
There's
8-2?
The Messi
nothing
four
like
goals.
there's
Yeah,
nothing
I
like
mean-
several. I think every side has faced big defeats. That's you've taken 6 from
No,
City
the thing
as
is-
well.
the thing is
but
not-
did one
the thing
defeat
is not
that
about big
demoralized?
defeats, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's
about-
the manner.
yeah,
It's the
the
manner.
manner in
It
which
was
the-
it was definitely the
Yeah.
8-2 defeat. Nah, it was definitely the 8-2 defeat. I mean, we had players like Squillaci, and the lineup was just so.
Johan Giroud.
I think it was like a training game. Any free kick,
Goal.
Yep.
any free kick.
Ashley Young and
Ashley
Rooney
Young
scored
and
free
Rooney,
kicks in that game.
Ashley Young and Rooney were just toying with the Arsenal defense, and it was so funny because after that game, Arsenal signed 4 players. I think the next 2 days, Matseka
Matseka was
and
there,
some
yeah.
and some other players. So after that moment. In fact, there is no amount of throw you can
there's
throw me
nothing.
as an Arsenal fan that will enter. You are wasting your time.
There's
And there's a
nothing.
reason they say Arsenal fans were the most loyal set of fans.
Interesting.
Anything you want to say,
You don't
don't
see how.
faced it. Oh. But the opposite side of it was the Invincibles. You know, like feeling like $1,000,000 that till today, both of you staying here, you cannot say it about your club that you've done an invisible
Fair
season.
point. Fair
So
point.
Neither can-
that one
neither can
still
you all say
stands.
you've
That
considered
one
15
still
goals in a season.
that one
I
still
mean,
stands.
None of you can say you've considered
Neither
15
That
can
one
any
still
of you say
stands.
you have 2 trebles. So I mean,
Your-
all of
your
us get
other
waiting.
clubs have trebles.
All of us
Right.
get waiting with the
Other
use
clubs
brag.
have trebles though.
But none of you can say it. So all of us get waiting with the use brag. Anyway, it's been a fun segment. When we come back, we're going to be looking at some very juicy questions, asking these 2 men. I'll be answering some of them and testing their morale, testing their resolve about the clubs that they really love. Stay with us. Welcome back. My name is Chima and I still have Bolu and Kolade. It's been really fun talking about, our football journey, football fan journeys, and even our crushed dreams to have made it onto the big stage. But now let's just do some, light questions, which are not so light in actuality. You understand? So let me start from Bolu. Bolu, would you rather attend your club rival's game for life, or would you rather spend 5 years battling relegation? Would you rather your team spend 5 years battling relegation?
But not get relegated, right?
Just constantly battling relegation for 5 years? Or would you rather attend your club's game for life, club rivals for life?
If I'm attending a rivals game, it means my team is winning trophies, right?
They are winning. Not necessarily trophies, they are okay.
I mean, but they are winning.
Yes.
I mean, if Chelsea are winning, they're winning trophies. That's what we do.
Interesting.
We're not like Arsenal that win, but they're winning trophies. Anyways, so if I'm watching my rivals games for life, my club is doing well. But if I am watching the games, then we are in relegation waters for 5 years.
Exactly.
Now, I think, but for life, man.
I mean,
I guess for locality's sake, for example, if where I'm staying is close to a rival,
you would still
I
go.
wouldn't mind as long as my club is doing well and I still catch them on TV, I guess. Or relegation, very difficult question.
You see how difficult it is?
Yeah, very, very difficult.
Anyway, I think I know my own answer anyway. Well, let's hear yours.
Relegation. Well, I've done one season of almost getting relegated, so
You know, go kill you, Abby.
but to do 4 more years of it, I don't think I can do 4 more
You
years.
don't
of
think
it.
you have the heart to carry it. Anyway, my answer is straightforward. As far as I'm concerned, nothing go carry me go Santiago Bernabeu except they dash me ticket. Really, except I have a business to do there, or except they dash me tickets. I would rather Barca continues battling relegation. I mean, it's just 5 years. We wouldn't die. We won't die. I can't find myself going to Santiago Bernabeu for what? Nothing can carry me go there. What about
too.
I'm
Enjoy
not
the
even.
ambience.
I'm not going to think about it too much.
too much?
What am I doing? At
What are you
Tottenham
doing at
Stadium?
Tottenham? I mean, it's too easy as far as I'm concerned.
I think the joy of it is that staying with my side when we are facing
When
the
we are
relegation,
facing
and I'll still be
difficulties,
there when
yes.
we rise back
Shouting,
up. Exactly.
everything.
I'll be bantering my own club, saying, "Oh, we are just losing in and out." But why would I watch a Tottenham game
cannot
for
do
5
that.
years?
I
No,
mean,
I can't do
don't
that.
I guess
It's torture.
the conclusion
The-
is this
it's
something.
to-
The
Exactly,
real torture is
especially-
is watching your rivals' games win while you suffer relegation.
Do you understand? It's torture, man. I don't think I can do
So I'd
that.
rather
I think
sit in the
there's
back.
something more to attending your own team's games and
Exactly.
going through the emotions. with them.
Exactly. Going through the emotions with them. I mean, see what happened in the last Basque derby between Real Sociedad and Athletic Bilbao. That one Athletic
fan that was so isolated.
It was a beautiful one.
That's a local derby. The rest of his family members are probably
through that
Real Sociedad
fans. So it was a beautiful moment for football. I think I'd rather go through that than go into another stadium. Not me or you, bro. Anyway, so Kolade, would you rather be the only football fan in your neighborhood, or would you rather be the only person supporting Arsenal in a neighborhood of Chelsea fans?
Would I rather be the only football fan in my neighborhood?
Like everywhere you go, like you are the only person interested in football in your neighborhood. Or would you rather be the only Arsenal fan in a neighborhood where they are loud and very vocal and very passionate Chelsea fans?
To be honest, I couldn't care less. This current Chelsea side, I don't care. Even if they were
like you versus
even
1
if
million
you line
Chelsea
up
fans.
1 million of them, what do they want to say?
Wow.
What do they want to say? I will gladly face them. That's the joy of it. As far as it's not going to get physical in any way, I will face them head on. I will even enjoy the banter. Imagine when I beat them now, and I'm just strolling past the streets with my shoulders held up,
wearing my
Arsenal jersey.
But what happens when Chelsea wins the Champions League and
when
you are the only one there?
Life goes on now.
That's a win. For Chelsea, it's a win. Arsenal is an if because they've never done it.
Interesting. What about you? Would you rather be the only football fan, whatever club you are supporting?
There's no fun in that.
Or would you rather be the only Chelsea fan in maybe a sea of like Arsenal or West Ham fans or something?
Being the only football fan is
lonely.
It can be very boring because nobody would understand the emotions
exactly.
Through. It would just be very boring. It would. You can't even talk to anybody to relate to what you are going through. It's going to be very boring. I'd rather be among rival fans.
Yeah, I think I'll be the same. True, even though it can be, because you people's case is not even as painful as my own. As a Barcelona fan in the midst of thousands of Real Madrid fans, they have us beat in La Liga. They have us thrashed in the Champions League. The only place that we have, some power over them is Copa del Rey. And it's not what I can use to be bragging. That we have 24 Copa del Rey while you have 16. It's not what I can use to brag. If I talk, they will say they have 3-peat Champions League. They have 14 and we have only 5. So, but I think it will still be interesting to bring up the Messi years and all of that in the whole
beauty.
Rather than just being the only football fan. It's going to be really lonely. Okay, so last question before we end today's show. Bolu, would you rather... This one is tricky. I think even this one, I don't really know the answer I'm going to give. Would you rather lose your best player to injury and see their career go down the drain? Or would you rather see them sign for your rivals? Let's take, for example, Drogba was your hero. Imagine Drogba had a career-ending injury at Chelsea. Would you rather that happen, or would you rather see him go to Arsenal?
Would I rather have seen Hazard depreciate at Chelsea than go to Madrid?
Not even Madrid. Go to Arsenal.
But if he goes to Arsenal, he's still going to have the injuries, right?
He's just going there to continue as he used to be.
I don't think I would fear a Chelsea player going to Arsenal because history tells us that Chelsea players going to Arsenal, they're just going there to put their legs up and relax. So I would rather Hazard or Drogba left Chelsea on a high and go and enjoy their depreciating years at Arsenal than see them actually depreciate at my club and lose relevance. That would be more
painful.
difficult to take.
Interesting. What about you? Now your star boy is Saka. Would you rather see him have a career-ending injury at Arsenal, or would you rather see him go to Spurs to continue playing, enjoying his football and everything? He's not just doing it at Arsenal. Which one would you prefer?
I think over the years, this question has answered itself already. Van Persie left Arsenal. He went to Man United. We've seen many Arsenal players leave and go to rival club. Even Fabregas, although he didn't go directly to Chelsea, but then he still ended up at Chelsea. So we've seen it, we've lived it as Arsenal fans. Nothing new. But you see this Saka one. just break your leg at Arsenal. Let him break his leg there. We'll maintain him as he is,
there.
rather than go to Spurs. He should break his leg there. If Saka is leaving Arsenal, I want to see him go outside England. Outside England.
Interesting. It's the same case. That the reason why I said this is very difficult for me to answer is, I mean, you know now, Barcelona, Messi.
Like seeing Gavi and Pedri
go to Real Madrid. Man, how is it going to happen? I don't think any Barcelona fan is
Gavi, Pedri and Bellingham.
I don't think any of us, or imagine Messi at his prime, or seeing MSN go to Madrid.
But it has happened with Barca too, though.
Figo, they stone him pig's head.
Figo did happen.
So the young man knows what happened anyway. But to be fair, man, I think I'll just go with what Colade said.
Break your leg. We'll manage him there. Just break it later.
Make their leg just pieces for club rather than seeing them play for Real Madrid. It's going to be really tough, especially when there's now an El Clasico fixture and you now see boys you used to cheer for playing against you.
Bellingham snapping as Gundogan's ankles.
You get, and then
I said Bellingham, Pedri
or Gavi with all his gra now trying to take down all my midfielders or more. It's going to be very, very tough watch. May just scatter a leg. All right. So it's been a very interesting session, and when we come back, we'll be wrapping up the show. All right, thank you so much for staying with us up to this point. In the video, you've been awesome, and I'm sure you've enjoyed everything that we've talked about so far. Make sure you leave a like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if this is your first time with us. And make sure you answer this question. Tell us in the comment section. Would you rather see your best player go to your rival club, or would you rather he have a career-ending injury in your club? Let's know what your thoughts are, and join us in the conversation. Keep it going. Follow our social media platforms, which will be showing right now on your screen, and let's have fun together discussing football, sharing our our love for football together as fans of the beautiful game. My name is Chima. This is Bolu, and I have Colade with me. And until we come your way with another episode of Naija Football Talk, stay jiggy.